folks, AJ here. I hope you're doing super duper well. Now, I have so much to catch up on in Meghan and Harry's world. There is so much going on. I can't believe at one time, do you remember, they wanted privacy? My goodness, they are everywhere. Everywhere I turn, it's just all about Meghan. So yeah, there's lots to catch up on. But before I do, I want to kindly ask anyone who's watching this, please do subscribe. I've noticed on my analytics, only 9% of my audience are subscribed. So yeah, to all the people who watch me, I really, really appreciate you. And yeah, please do subscribe. But let's delve in. Yes, I'm going to start off with this, folks, because I've been very saddened to read about this. I really, I have a lot of friends who are writers, artists, creatives in general, and this just really annoys me. So we have an exclusive here. Meghan Markle is accused of ripping off British author's book series for feminist Netflix show after writers spots striking similarities between her character and the Duchess's animation. So
it's a shame, really. There are so many brilliant creative people out there who really need the work, and yet you have someone in this high-profile position who just feels she can take. I'm quite disappointed in her because who I thought she was, she doesn't seem to be.
Yeah, so here is the book author of the book, Pearl, and she's speaking about being ripped off by Meghan.
How did you find out that the Duchess of Sussex had an apparently very similar idea involving a little girl called Pearl?
My mum called me one morning and she told me to check my emails because she'd sent me a link. And I went to that link and saw that she'd sold this TV show to Netflix, which was very, very similar to an idea that I'd had for a TV show starring Pearl, my character. Pearl Power is a book that I wrote starring a character called Pearl.
Looks great.
Who is a little feminist. When I saw...
Did you hear that? So Pearl is a little feminist. And, this is exactly what Meghan was pitching to Netflix, a story about a little feminist called Pearl.
Meghan was
unbelievable.
Producing this TV show called Pearl. I contacted a copyright lawyer. My lawyer wrote to Archwell and Netflix, and he said in the letter, the similarities between your proposed animation series and my client's work appear to be too many and too striking to be mere coincidence.
Now, good on this woman getting a letter written by her lawyer, because that will have cost her money, at least, I don't know, £200, £300 to get that letter out there, and then I think she's sent it to a few different people. So yeah, that costs money. And a lot of people, what annoys me is a lot of creatives don't have that money to spend. So to spare. So, Meghan could have got away with this, but I think this is great that she's stood up and she's saying, this is my story.
Did they do anything?
There was no response.
No response.
Sent more lawyers' letters, and it was after that I saw that Netflix had dropped the series.
Wow.
Did that satisfy you?
I was glad that it had been dropped, but also sad that now it wasn't my idea anymore, because if I were to then work on the idea, it would look like I'd copied it off Meghan.
Yeah, that is really disappointing. I think, yeah, good on her she seems like she's being very, what's the word that Meghan uses all the time? Very authentic. This woman is genuine. She's saying, yeah, she's happy it was dropped, but why did no one contact her? They could have got back to her and said, oh, sorry, yes, we see there's an issue here. Maybe it's a coincidence, but, it's too close. It's too similar. So we're going to drop it. But no response whatsoever. I think that's rude. That is rude.
To be a feminist, she claims to stand up for women, yet either her or her people go out there taking other people's creative ideas.
Excellent. This woman has just rounded up Meghan to a T. You know, she calls herself a feminist, and yet she is blatantly ripping off this woman's creative idea. Yeah, that is just, it's shocking, absolutely shocking. So let's read some of this article. The Duchess of Sussex was plunged into a copycat row last night when a British author revealed she had sent a legal letter pointing out what she considered to be striking similarities between Meghan's first children's TV show and her own work. Pearl, announced by the Duchess in July 2021, was an animated series about a little girl as she learns to step into her power and finds inspiration from influential women throughout history. It was a key title in the $100 million deal struck between the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and the streaming giant in 2020. Meghan was credited as executive producer alongside Sir Elton John's husband David Furnish, but the show was killed less than a year later when Meghan swiftly removing all references to it from the website of her production company Archewell. Now, globally published children's writer Mel Elliot, who you saw there, 51 from Hastings, has disclosed that she sent a legal letter suggesting a potential infringement of copyright in relation to her own creation, a little British girl called Pearl Power. The author and illustrator then followed up with 2 further personal letters, and she got no response. Like, this is just shocking. Like, surely a big company like Netflix and Archewell, charity apparently, you know, they should have responded to her. I think it's just rude not responding. They have, you know, Meghan and Harry have people working for them. It's not like, you know, they don't have people to respond to letters, to emails. It's just rude. You know, I know lots of people with businesses who, they will reply to everyone. You know, whether it's good or bad, you've got to reply to people. You can't just leave them hanging. And it's just rude, this poor woman, this creative who, you know, Meghan could have paid her money. She could have paid her money for her idea and said, I think this would be a wonderful Netflix show, you know, a series about a little girl called Pearl. You know, like, they could have paid her for the idea. And if she calls herself a feminist, as this woman said, you know, Meghan Markle, she wants to be seen as a feminist. There is nothing feminist about her. This is what winds me up, people. Like, do you understand how much of a fraud this woman is? She calls herself a feminist, and yet, you know, she could have just paid this woman so they could have worked together. They could have collaborated. You know, this woman's idea could have been pitched to Netflix, and they would have both got so much out of it. And even like the illustration, look at this, Pearl Power. I love the illustration. I think it's very quirky. I think she's got a great idea here. And she's, you know, she's obviously a very talented woman, you know, not only writing it, but illustrating the book as well. And she could have, you know, she could have worked well with Netflix, with Meghan. But why does everything have to be Meghan's idea? You know, why can't she just say that she's been inspired by someone, like that one pot, you know, that one pan recipe? You know, she just like makes it out as if she comes up with everything. And these bloody flower petal sprinkles, my mum was doing that when I was a kid. Like, she has not invented sprinkling flowers on salads. I'm sorry, but there is nothing innovative about Meghan Markle, and there is nothing feminist about her. In fact, it is the opposite. She rips people off. She rips women off. She's a fake. She's a fraud. And yeah, I find this really annoying. So Mel, who has a MA from the Royal College of Art, wrote and illustrated her first Pearl Power book more than a decade ago as a tribute to her own daughter, Pearl, who is now 16. Oh, I think that's wonderful. I really hope her book, like, maybe she could get, maybe she could go to Netflix. herself and try and get a show, because Netflix might be interested. You know, it's a great idea. Pearl the feminist, and we need more books like that to influence girls, you know, to do really well in the world. You know, there's a big market for it. I've got, you know, lots of friends with girls, and they love books like this. So yeah, I wish this woman, I wish what's her name, Mel, I wish Mel Elliot all the best with her venture, even though she wrote this over a decade ago. I really think she's onto something. Yeah, but I'm annoyed. I'm sorry, rant over. Let's go on to the next Meghan related news story. Okay folks, so I've calmed down from that rant. I do apologise, but that really wound me up. I hate seeing people being copied. I really hate that. But anyway, yes, so it's not really newsworthy, this next clip that I'm going to react to, but I thought, why not? Meghan Markle put this on her Instagram recently, and I'm still catching up on things after being in the Lake District. So let's have a look at this. Yeah, so oh, okay, so here we have a female mallard, I do believe, with her little ducklings. So cute. Yeah, I love seeing little ducklings. What a gorgeous sight. And Meghan is very taken by this. Yeah, look, oh my goodness, she can't believe it. Her mouth is wide, she looks shocked. You know, she's an actress. She is acting being shocked, or is she genuinely shocked? She looks kind of scared here. Scared of little ducklings. But no, I think she's just shocked, a bit taken aback by, you know, this happening. Maybe she was with her photographer friend and this happened and she's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, so this was quite an eventful day, maybe, for Meghan, and she put it on Instagram. I'm not sure she should have shared this, to be honest. I don't think it shows her in the best light. You know, sometimes I think, you know, her garments look great, her dress looks great, but the way she's moving, her mouth being open, she looks like she has no teeth. If that was me, I probably would not share it, because I think, you know, when you share things on Instagram, like, you shouldn't share everything. Just because you've got some footage, it doesn't mean you should share it. Like, I think she needs to be more selective about what she shares. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about this one. Okay, now, do I dare look at this picture that's been making the rounds of Meghan Markle and her photographer friend? What's his name? I don't know, and I don't really care, but look at this strange picture of Meghan cozying up to this man. You know, she's kind of like... She's very good at taking selfies. This other one on the right, so the one taken this year is on the left, and the other one on the right was from 2015, I think, with the same guy, very close to him on his shoulder again. Yes, I think I could get used to selfies, you know. Is that what you have to do, like pout your lips? Hold on. Yeah, I think AJ looks great taking a selfie. I should do more selfies. Sorry, I'm just posing, I'm just looking at myself now. Sorry, people. But yeah, Meghan here, she knows how to look lovely. Like, I think Meghan is a very beautiful woman, and I think she's very good at taking selfies, but this is a little bit too close. Like, this makes me think that they had a relationship before, and yeah, and now they're cozying up together again. So what is going on here? Like, this is too close. Like, if Harry was with a woman and a woman was taking a selfie, because it looks like the photographer is taking the picture here and Meghan's just like cozying on in. But if Harry was with a woman going like this to him, I don't think Meghan would like it. And the point I'm trying to make here is I really don't think this is fair for Harry. You know, if things are okay in Montecito and in their marriage, you know, it's like she's trying to make him jealous or something, which leads me to think, do they have problems in their marriage? And is she doing this on purpose? Does she want him to be jealous? And what is going on? This is Easter. Most people have pictures of their kids up at Easter, or like family pictures. And yeah, and this guy goes and posts this picture of Meghan and him cozying up. You know, it's just too cozy. It's too close. And the way they're both looking, like, you know, Meghan's hair is in the shirt. Like, has she only just put her shirt back on? You know, was she naked? And now she's just like, oh, anyway, I don't want to even go there. But yeah, next time, join me tomorrow, because I will do a video on the Time 100 Summit, where Meghan spoke last night, I think, yesterday. But yeah, there is a danger of overdosing on Meghan and Harry, so I'm not going to let that happen today. But yeah, send you lots of love. I hope you're well, and don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me grow. Wishing you a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon. Because bye.